Labour plan to have this big reform of PIP and universal credit. But here's the thing. Over 100 Labour MPs have put their name on an amendment on a change that would get rid of this. They have the power to do it too. You might think, but why would Labour MPs speak out about Labour policy? Well, first of all, there was the local elections, which you may remember Labour did spectacularly badly on, losing loads of space to reform, losing all kinds of things. And they say that when they spoke to people before that election, a lot of people were very, very angry. A lot of people were very, very upset by the reforms that were coming. So some of them might be doing it because they want to get elected in a few years' time, but lots of them are doing it because they just don't like the policy. They don't think it's fair. They don't think it's going to treat their constituents very well. They don't like it. If this change, if this amendment that they're putting down does succeed, the whole thing is in the bin. The whole thing. It's quite a lot. It's a massive, massive, massive deal. Okay, so let's just track back a little bit to what these reforms actually are. The personal independence payment is something that people have been given, money people have been given to help them get through, to help them be independent. It's about equal opportunities, it's about all the good stuff. But that bill is getting higher and higher and higher, and it's projected to keep getting higher and higher and higher. One of the reasons why it's getting so high is that people are being diagnosed with mental health conditions. Now, in the past, a lot of people with these mental health conditions wouldn't have been picked up, wouldn't have been noticed. We're better at diagnosis now. But that means that the numbers have gone up a lot, and people are claiming personal dependence plan, claiming PIP, because they have these diagnoses. So it's costing a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot more money in the future. And the government say, we have to take control of some of it. Of course, we're going to support, of course, they say, of course, we're going to support people who really need support. And anyone that can work should work. And the idea is moving people from universal credit and personal dependence plans, moving across to working. They're going to stop PIP payments if they are not needed, they say. You get assessed, right? And you get a score. So one of the restrictions now is that you have to get a 4, which is a high degree of disability score, in at least one area. And people are really upset because you could be 3 across the board. If you are 3 across the board, you need some help. You need some help getting out of bed, for example, or washing yourself, or doing whatever it might be. So 4 in one area, it's quite a high bar to reach. Let's not forget that the government say this is all to move people into work. That bill is too high. They need to do something about that bill because we cannot afford it as a country. And the solution is to get people to work. They will say that they are supporting people, so the most severely disabled people won't need reassessing anymore. They're just going to be put onto a list of people who we accept are just going to get the payments. But other people have to have face-to-face. No more video call or phone call assessments. You have to go. You have to go to them to be assessed. These are unpopular changes. People don't like them. Are they necessary changes? The government says they're necessary changes. Even so, the public do not like these changes. Let's rewind. Let's go back to the significance, the politics of all this. A year ago, Keir Starmer won the election with a massive majority. He has loads of MPs, right? And so the idea is he can get anything he wants to through the House of Commons easy, as long as most of his MPs agree with him. This time, though, there are enough Labour MPs who say they disagree with it, who have put their name on this amendment. There is enough of them that if all of them go through with voting on it, and if all the other political parties, so we're talking about the SNP and Plaid Cymru and Reform and the Conservatives and the DUP and all of that lot, If they all vote against this bill, the bill is done. This was inconceivable a year ago. I would have put money on the fact that government would not be defeated in the House of Commons for the entire 5-year period that it sits for. There's a real chance that Keir Starmer is going to stand up and say, this is what Labour stands for. And over 100, 108 I think it is at the moment, but 120, that kind of thing. Over 100 Labour MPs are going to stand and say no. If you have put your name down on a piece of paper publicly saying you are going to stand against this bill, it's pretty hard for them to just turn around and say, didn't mean it, I'm voting for the bill. It's a failure of Liz Kendall, who runs the thing. It's a failure of Keir Starmer to persuade them. It's a failure of the whole policy-making structure of the Labour Party. They didn't see this coming. They're in real trouble here. If Keir Starmer cannot get all his bills through in his first year, that's a bad look. It's a bad look. The government has until Tuesday, because that's the day there's going to be a vote. This welfare bill, universal credit and PIP bill, comes to the House of Commons for the first time, which is called the second reading, but don't worry about that. It's the first time it's in the House of Commons. You're not allowed to make any changes in the House of Commons except for a reasoned amendment. And what that would do, if that passes, it kills the bill. That's it. It's dead. This bill is not entering the House of Commons. If the reasoned amendment passes, for which, again, we need all of those MPs, all those Labour MPs, and all of the other political parties, you bet your bottom dollar that those other parties are finding a way to vote with the rebelling Labour MPs. Kemi Badenoch actually doesn't hate the welfare reforms. Her party was quite keen on welfare reforms. But if there's a chance the government will be defeated, she is gonna, you better believe it, she's gonna find a way to vote against it. There'll be something about the reforms she doesn't like, because if Keir Starmer gets defeated, that's huge news. And then it's in the bin, and then Liz Kendall quits, and we get someone else in. Then, in the autumn or winter, probably, we will get new reforms. This government cannot afford to not reform the way it goes, but they also can't afford to do it this way because the Labour Party won't back it, and if you haven't got the support of the Commons, you can't do anything anyway. So this will be in the bin. We'll have a new Work and Pensions Secretary, new plans will be laid before us, the country, and then before Parliament. Probably in early 2026, we'd actually get the bill in Parliament. Oh, hang on. There's another option here as well. The other option is that Keir Starmer or Liz Kendall, whoever it is, offers a compromise, offers to make a change and says, we're going to make a change to this bill where we're not doing this. Here's an example. Rather than a 4 marks in the one area, it would be a total number of marks. So, you need to get 12 on that scale in total. Like that kind of thing could be used as a compromise that they're going to put into the bill later. We're going to see that happen. They will try to reach out. They will try to compromise. I don't know how much. I don't know how many Labour MPs are going to fall in line with these compromises. That's the big question, really. If Starmer wants to avoid this defeat, then he doesn't need this video to tell him he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. So he's going to start throwing things at the problem. Can you throw enough at the problem? I just don't know. And this is far too serious a topic. This is people's actual lives. It's too serious a topic to mess around with, I think. If this bill is what he thinks is the best thing, then if he waters it down, then it's, what does he believe in? Votes on Tuesday. Let's have a look.